Hello, today it is time for us to look at the result of my Anima defense, and as you can see, this is win season. Recently I got a legendary Sigurd and I wanted to test him and see how this interact with a return trap. You can also see I am using off-season legendary Chrom because I really wanted to see again how this interacts with Holy Knight Aura. Ideally, Chrom will get 3 movement plus change fate up to 6 movement, and this is crazy. The way it works is different. I usually, if you watch my earlier defense videos, return trap on ranged cavalry. But now I am using this on Sigurd and Seros. First target is Sigurd, and the next target of the return is Seros. I wanted to make sure that Sigurd is the first target and not Chrom. So 45 cavalry and horn speed for Sigurd makes sure that Sarah targets Sigurd because the healing depends on visible stats, excluding HP. So the reason why I want to return both of these melee units is that right now we know the meta in AR offense. Fast save everywhere. You don't see near save very often. Not as often as fast save. And that's my counter, my response to fast save. They expect me to return range units. I am not doing this. I am returning 2 melee units. So fast save is not saving you. And the reason why I wanted to target Seros and Sigurd is because I want Chrom to use change fate. 3 movement, change fate, another 3 movement. And if Sigurd is not targeted by change fate, Bernadetta moves before Chrom because she doesn't have an assist. To be honest, I tried many different setups because I got Sigurd late during the last day of light season week, and I didn't have too much time to test this defense. I had so many options, and I feel this one, at least for this map, is probably the best I could come up with. I also started the week with Lysithia, Brave Lysithia, instead of Legendary Chrom. I didn't talk about Legendary Chrom at first, but I mean, it's not always win season in Anima. But otherwise I would use Lysithia if it's win season. The reason for using Lysithia is that it's interesting. Again, Sarah is using return on Sigurd and then Seros, but not Lysithia. And Lysithia will have guaranteed follow-up before foe can counter-attack. So if Sigurd dies to, let's say, a brave actor, at least Lysithia deals tons of damage. Guaranteed follow-up plus desperation. This is really strong. Ideally she wants plus attack, but I don't have a plus attack for Lysithia. And you have noticed this setup and the earlier one is protecting Sigurd. I place a fortress here in such a way that it's very difficult for you to snipe Sigurd. The key element of this defense is Legendary Sigurd. I want him to survive and hit you. So I will not allow you to snipe Sigurd. But I feel this setup wasn't ideal for me because the way I am positioning Lysithia makes it possible, although kind of difficult, but still possible to hit and run and kill Lysithia. Because if you kill Lysithia, what happens? Let me show you. What happens if you make a clean hit and run? Sarah will use ground orders and use a healing on Seros. Aerobatics, Peony, Dance, Sarah, and Sarah use healing on Sigurd. And both won't be, teleported forward. They won't move. So it kills my system if you really manage to hit and run. So then I started with this. A tactics room here to protect Lysithia, so you cannot easily snipe her. And this fortress again to protect Sigurd. But then I realized another problem. If you bait, for example, Sigurd here, this guy moves, and whatever happens next is that Sarah probably will move here to heal Seros and get danced by Peony and heal another one. And this is not a good thing. Anyway, this player did something very interesting. Altina Vantage. I haven't seen that for a while. And this is a very simple answer solution against Sigurd. Because with Vantage ready and Twin Blades with Lucina, well, the problem is that Ashera's Chosen is not active, so it's not optimal, but it's enough to kill Sigurd. So Sigurd is not activating Holy Knight Aura, so you get some silly movement here, predictable. So I wasn't really completely confident about this setup, but these replays after watching it confirmed my suspicions. So yeah, after seeing that, I worked still more on this. It took me a while after, I think, the second day until I really find what I think is kind of a satisfying solution for my defense. And this is that one. I think I'm kind of satisfied with this. No, not this one yet, not this one. Because I think this is still the second day. It was the third day, I think. The third day of the week. So this one is interesting. It's a Gale Force strategy, but Slaying Edge on Regin. I think the idea is having one cooldown with Veluria. With Pumpkin Box, you initiate turn 1 the Gale Force, and that's probably easy. But then you cannot kill Peony, so you cannot activate the duo skill, and probably that's why he didn't insist. Okay, this one is my solution to this map. So I place Sigurd here, protected by Fortress again, and by the trees, so Sigurd cannot be baited unless you are baiting Chrom as well. So this is the same setup as you have seen earlier. Speaking of which, I got a former soul Shannon, but it's definitely not easy to work with Shannon in either Raids of Ends, because you can't get both no follow-up and damage reduction at the same time on this guy, and low resistance just isn't ideal for him. So yes, 6 movement Chrom is scary. And actually I would say, speaking of Legendary Chrom, I think Legendary Chrom is a good one for your AR defense if you can use him. Very often I think if you see a far save armor unit, most likely it is Henriette. You probably see Henriette too often. Henriette is red and she has armor weakness. Chrom one-shot Henriette. So that's not bad. The only problem with my defense archetype is that I am using HP. 54 HP for everyone. So I use double HP because on Chrom because he's off season, but that means I don't use mirror impact. So if I am targeting, let's say, Brave Actor, he's dead because he doesn't have impact. But again, I'm not scared of this because if I see a Brave Actor with far save, it's far save and not near save. So if I use a return on Seros and Sigurd, I don't think with this kind of setup a Brave Actor will intercept both Sigurd and Seros at the same time. Speaking of armor units with fast save, I think some people are underestimating Dio Idun. For me, she's the second best armor in the game. She's scarier than Edelgard. She scares me much more than Brave Edelgard. Main reason for that is no penalties. Penalties makes Brave Edelgard really weak. And when I kill Brave Edelgard, it's mainly because she's strongly debuffed. But this one, Dio Idun, has no weakness with respect to neutralization. A penalty neutralization. And this is also the reason why Brave Actor is so scary. The only big counter, the only nemesis to Dio Idun is Chrom. Only Legendary Chrom, and that's it. But otherwise she's really scary. And this is the only real failure of the week, and this is again something I have never seen before. Let me show you that. So of course you have the most cheating tool of the game, but this surprises me. Aegis, Steady Breath, Shield Pulse, Pulse Smoke, Mystic Boost. Summon a support. And guess what you have? It's not fast save, it's near save. This is the worst thing that could happen. I told you that before. If you see Brave Actor with a Savior skill, most likely this is fast save and not near save. You will probably never see another near save Brave Actor. And also Summoner support. So what happens in this scenario? You will see. Ike is just stalling. He's not killing anyone, but he's just stalling. And Brave Actor is, protecting Ike against physical threats. But yeah. Sarah is doing nothing, Chrom doing nothing, Bernadetta doing nothing. And the problem is just Sigurd. If Sigurd attacks, yes, dead. I still think even near save is a mistake. Savior is a mistake. It's completely, it's super unfair. But I think this play is really well done. This player played really well. But still, I think if there is a danger of this setup, is Dual Leaf. Dual Leaf or Brave Lysithia. Brave Ike is not killing anyone. He's just stalling, but my units are not dealing much damage. Aegis and Urvan both allows him to, you know, not suffer anything. And it's just Dual lean behind doing the dirty stuff. As much as I dislike Savior, including near save, this is the first time I have seen a very smart use of near save. I've never seen near save used this way with Brave Ike. But yeah, I don't have a Dual Leaf in this team, so that's why it works against me. I wanted to rematch this player, but I just forgot to do that this day. And he got a very curious, interesting, I think, Mirabilis, but he apparently changed his defense. Fallen Etherguard is interesting. I'm really scared of seeing Fallen Etherguard, Wings of Mercy, Gale Force. 3 actions with Wings of Mercy is a lot, I think. That's too much. At least with Legendary Etherguard you cannot use Raging Storm and Wings of Mercy. But this one is different. And she's definitely a scary one. So again, Change Fate doing wonders. I don't know if this is a mistake. I don't know. I mean, I can't see it work eventually. It could be interesting, I think. It's the first time I've seen, dueling with a miracle. But I can understand, I think, the reason for doing that. When I used a while ago Kagero Gale Force, I started to use her with Miracle, and it saved my life sometimes. So Miracle is not too bad on Din. At least it's original. Why not? Yeah, again, Change Fate is funny. Maybe not for my opponents, but it's interesting to watch the interaction with Change Fates. It seems this week a lot of players, except maybe 2 players, they didn't see the return happening and the specificities of this Holy Knight aura. But I think very soon people will be aware of this. They will start to realize the danger of Sigurd. And this is the last match. Another Shinon. I have seen a few Shinon in my replays. I'm not even sure why they didn't try a miracle build on Shinon. It's possible to make a miracle build and it could be effective and pretty funny build in it. But it requires Speed IV, Flashing Blade, Mystic Boost, no follow-up, but it might work at least better than the usual thing that I see with Shinon. He's not the best tank, but at stalling I think it could be really nice with Miracle build. So I think in general I'm satisfied with this setup using Sigurd and Seros. It seems that using return on Seros makes Seros kills a lot